Hey guys, and welcome back to Mission Deep Sea. We are going to check in with Dr. Anemone and some of her junior agents and see how their training's coming.
Agents, you've done an amazing job, and I've conferred with Dr. Anemone. The verdict is in. You're ready to graduate and become full-fledged sea agents. We couldn't be prouder.
Your field reports were spot on, and you demonstrated just the kind of teamwork we were hoping for. When we spend time with each other like that, we can only be better for it, especially if it's helping each other. Also, I have to mention, Agent Winsley, without your keen observations and descriptive skills, you would have been stuck without an engine much longer than we were. And Agent Dumbo, thank goodness you shared about your amazing eyesight and jumping ability. Each of your unique gifts made it possible for us to get back to the mission. But the most important thing was how you dove in deep when we made it out for our observations. I love to see young agents spending time in the ocean, getting to know God's Word. Well done.
I couldn't agree with the doctor more. Importantly, these skills you've learned to become a deep sea agent will help you through all of life, no matter what. Remember your training, and you'll be able to get through anything.
There's just one thing left to do. You must share what you've learned and tell the people you met the wonderful things you've seen.
A long time ago, a man named Jonah was told by God to share a message to a city. At first, he didn't really want to do it, but when he decided to share it, the message changed the people's lives. Let's remember that our faith grows deeper than the ocean when we tell God's story and our own stories about our journey with God. So, junior agents, are you ready to share your story and give a mission debrief?
I'm ready, Senior Agent Blue. I'm so ready.
I'm pretty sure I'm ready too, but Senior Agent Blue, what's a mission debrief?
Another great question from Agent Dubbo. Mission debrief is where you share the most important lessons you learned from your time at sea with us. It'll help the next group of junior agents be ready for their own adventures.
Oh, you mean it's like telling a story? I can do that. I learned this week how to use my words well. I'm ready.
I knew that I wanted to be a hero and become a deep sea agent, but I didn't realize that I would learn how to work with someone else so we could both be heroes. And also, I learned how to ask questions and learn about the world around me. I really loved learning and spending time with each other and how we must trust the people next to us just like we trust God. I also discovered that I can use my gifts to help my team. Who knew jumping and seeing good would be so valuable? Also, I learned that seaweed gives me gas.
We all learned that one, Agent Dumbo. Well, let me tell you, that it's one thing to look at the ocean from up here above it, but it's an entirely different experience to be underneath the surface. I think I could spend 20 years under the sea and still not understand everything about it. But I know God made it and it's beautiful, and God filled it with beautiful fish and a bunch of other beautiful stuff. I never realized just spending time with God and being in all of God's creations could make my faith grow deeper like that. I also learned that God has given me a story, and I now have a chance to share that story. If we do, then our faith grows deeper, like even deeper than the seaweed burger alley. Do not eat the seaweed burgers. Ugh, I love being a sea agent.
Well, I don't think it gets much clearer than that, Senior Agent Blue. I think our junior agents are finally ready.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure, Agent Dumbo.
Promise you won't get mad?
Okay.
When we were in the ocean, I found a great white shark, and I thought it would be cool to keep it as a pet.
You didn't.
Please say you're joking.
But it seems really nice.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, you're right. My bad. So, should I get it out of the submarine or?
Wait, Anemone. Hey, I got it. Dr. Anemone, would you?
on it, Senior Agent Blue.
Well, Junior Agents, it's with a huge amount of pride that I pronounce you Deep Sea Agents. Congratulations. Can we get a round of applause for these two? Well done, and well done to all our graduating friends. You all are going to be fine additions to the Sea Exploration Agency.
I'm all right. Nothing to worry about.
Well, Agent Whimsy, Agent Dubbo, it seems your first mission as Sea Agents will be rescuing Dr. Dr. A from your pet.
You just had to bring a shark, Dubbo.
Hey, that's Agent Dubbo. God wants us to share a story with others, but just like Jonah, that can be overwhelming or scary or even impossible to do. So we're gonna have a quick little activity. If you have dominoes at home, you can go and play along with us. We're gonna start with just one domino in front. That's one friend that's gonna tell people about Jesus. Now let's see what happens when we share our story. If one person just tells one other person, and that person tells another person, and guess what? Eventually something big can happen. Go ahead.
Grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ. Ephesians 3:18.
Now in today's Bible story, we learned about a man named Jonah. And Jonah was told to go to a place called Nineveh so he could tell the people there about God. Now remember, Jonah didn't like the people there, so he decided to get on a boat and go the other way. And that didn't really work out for Jonah, did it? God had something waiting for Jonah, and that was a great big fish. And that great big fish swallowed him whole. Jonah was in that dark and scary place for 3 whole days. And do you remember what Jonah was doing? He was praying to God, and he said, God, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do whatever you want, but please forgive me. Do you remember what happened? God heard Jonah's prayer, so the fish spit Jonah back up. Now, you're going to make your very own fish to help you remember this story. In your Mission 4 folder, there's a sheet of instructions on how to fold your very own fish. I also have a video so you guys can watch folding as well if that's easier for you. You're also going to need a pom-pom that's in your bag so your fish can spit Jonah right back out. Now during Mission Deep Sea, we've talked about how wide and long and high and deep the love of God is. We've explored the deep ocean and we've worked together to complete our mission, right? It's our last day, so I wanted you to have something special at home to remember our great trip with. So we're gonna make our very own aquarium. Now in your goodie bag, you have a plastic container and some aquarium rocks and some critters or some shells that you're gonna put inside. I've also added some of the sand from our treasure hunt too. So the first thing you're gonna do is add your sand, or you can put your rocks first if you want. I'm gonna add my rocks next. Have a little blue on the bottom. I'm going to add in some of my greenery or some of my animals to float in. I'm gonna add a little shell to the bottom of mine. Maybe 2 shells. I like purple, we'll add that in there. Okay, and a little seahorse to stand up in. Okay, now you can leave your aquarium like this, put the lid on, you're all set. Or you can try something else. Now I've added some blue food coloring to my water, and it's not gonna fill it up all the way, but I just wanted you guys to see, okay? I'm gonna pour it in slowly. Okay. Oh no! I might have made it a little too blue. And my my greens are just floating. Okay, so you want to make sure the lid's on tight if you put your water in it. And there you go, your very own aquarium from Mission Deep Sea. Now my water's very blue. And I've got my rocks, the sand will settle in a minute. We've got a little seahorse in there, so cool. So when you return to land, you will have this aquarium to remind you how deeply you are loved by God, and also of your new mission as a sea agent, to grow your faith by spending time with God and others, by using your gifts and sharing your story. You don't have to travel super far like Jonah did to share your story. I bet there's someone you know, maybe someone you see every day, with whom you could share your story. If that makes you feel a little nervous or maybe even scared, you could say a prayer and ask God to give you the courage and help in sharing your story, because our faith grows deeper when we share our story. Now this week we've done a lot of deep sea exploring here at Mission Deep Sea. We've solved a lot of problems, we've played a lot of games and heard some incredible Bible stories. We've had some amazing special guests help us out. Today is the last day of your training, which means you are all official sea agents now. Congratulations, you finished your training. Now you're ready to grow your faith. In your Mission 4 folder, you'll find your certificate of completion. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I can't believe we just completed our last mission together here at the Sea Exploration Agency headquarters. I've had such a wonderful week, and I hope you have too. Remember, if you've taken some pictures of you and your family's activities over the last couple of days, I'd love to see them in the comments below. We have a special guest tonight. Miss Jeanette is one of our Sunday school leaders here at First Baptist. She leads our preschool classroom. Won't you join us in a word of prayer?
God, each one of us has a story to share. Sometimes you may ask to share that story with people who are different than us. Sometimes you may ask us to share that story with someone who we aren't sure will listen. But just like Jonah, when we share our story anyway, our faith grows deeper. Help us to be brave enough to share our stories with others.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Mission Deep Sea. Make sure to stay tuned. We have videos that come out Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Have a great rest of the week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.
This I know. Take my heart, never let it go. I know I can follow you. Yeah, I know I can follow you.
Come on, break it down now.
I'm spending time with you. I'm bringing my whole crew. Hands up everywhere, wave 'em in the
take a second, cause we all need Jesus. You ain't alone, man, we all got a reason to call on him in all different seasons. It's hard to find someone you can really trust, harder to find someone with unconditional love. It's a 2-in-1 with our Father from up above, so we don't gotta worry, he will always be enough.